What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another transfer video today. We're going to look at the Arsenal 2021 squad. You know, I've been giving Mikel Arteta a hard time since that Aston Villa defeat. I just need this international break to be finished. I need to get back to league action and get that defeat out of my system. But today, I'm going to have a quick look at the Arsenal squad. You know, has he been left with a squad that's not good enough? Let's break it down. Let's look through it. Tell me who you think we should sell, who you think we should keep, who maybe needs a loan move to develop. Let's have a look what we're working with, man, because it's funny. I had a quick look at the squad before I started this video, and there's not too many that I would want to keep, to be honest. There is a few, but there is a lot of rubbish there that needs to be let go. Let's put it that way. Big up everyone in the comments. Thank you very much for tuning in. Billy Dalton says, bro, this is going to be easy. There's a lot. Big up Omar says, big up Big C. Hope you're all well. Thank you very much. Hope you're all doing well on this Sunday. More than half of the team is for sale. Yeah, for real. I like Curtis. Big up. I wouldn't mind selling the whole lot of them, to be honest. Bellerin with us 10 years. People still don't think he's good enough. Proves everything wrong with the club. You know, we're one of the only clubs that seems to reward mediocrity and failure. You know, you can be poor for 3 years at Arsenal. You have a good 10 games. They'll hype you up and give you a new contract. Greetings from Chicago, says Tim Smith. Big up. Sell them all. I think a lot of people would agree with you, man. Big up, brother. Yes, hope you're well. Bring Arteta on the show, if only. I don't think he'd want to come on this show. Let's be real. Big up, bro. Yes. I would have been more than half of this squad. Let's break it down. Let's go. Let's go for it. Let's have a look. I'm gonna take little breaks so I can read your comments, see if you agree. I'm sure mine will be a little more controversial than some of yours. So this is where we're at. Let's have a look at the squad. And let's see. Now I've put them into sections. I've done top class. You're not going to put too many there. Good player, squad player, sell for the right price, and sell ASAP. And let's put it this way. There was a lot that I put in those bottom two categories. Let me know if you agree. And let's have a look. So I'm just going to do them in order of how they are at the bottom. We start off here with Alexandre Lacazette. What do you make of him? He's been at the club for 3 years. He scored 37 goals in 3 seasons. He cost £50 million. For me, I would say hasn't been a success at the club. When you pay 50 million, you're looking for an upgrade on Giroud. And he's getting Giroud's kind of numbers, man. And he's missing big chances. He's frustrating the life out of most of the fan base. For me, start off with Alexandre Lacazette. I would say sell for the right price. I wouldn't sell him in January because I don't trust the club to replace him. I think we've got to do it in the summer when he's got a year left. I think you've got to go for maybe Odsonne Edouard, Memphis Depay. I was talking the other day, you know, potential replacements. I think Depay and Edouard are two of the ones I would look at. Are there any other strikers you would go for? Would you take Danny Ings? 22 goals last year at Southampton. Would you just wait for Martinelli to come back from injury? I think he could potentially be a star through the middle. So we start off with Lacazette. I would sell for the right price. I think in the summer with a year left, we'd be lucky to get 25 million for him. 30 at the most, but I think you'd be looking 25. You'd probably get half price back from Lyon. Second of all, Bernd Leno. I think this is an easy one. I'm going to put him good player. I don't think he's top class. I don't consider him... I wouldn't put him in there with the likes of De Gea, Alisson, Ederson. I think those guys are a little bit ahead of him. I think the distribution lets him down. I think he is a good keeper. He's a great shot stopper, but his overall command of the penalty area and his kicking is what just lets him down for me at the moment. So I'd put him in good player. Make sure you let me know in the comments whether you agree with these, by the way. Hector Bellerin. This guy divides opinion at this club. It's a quite simple one for me. He's in one of the bottom two. Again, you're probably not going to sell him in January. I would sell him for the right price in the summer. I think his time's up. He's been at the club for a long time. We still talk about Hector Bellerin like he's 18 or 19 and he's a youngster. The guy is, early mid-20s now. He just doesn't convince me every time I watch him. I think he has a good 3 or 4 games. And then, he puts in a performance like he did against Jack Grealish where he rips him to shreds. Raheem Sterling rips him apart. Mane got the better of him. I know these are good players, but for me, sell for the right price. Gabriel, this one's easy for me. Some of you might go good player, in fact, but I'm going right to the top. A future Brazilian international, a fantastic player. Everything that he's shown is everything we've needed for a long time. 22 years of age, commanding, good on the ball, defends aggressively, and I just think he's fantastic. I don't like to overhype players when we've signed them because things can change very quickly. But the guy is absolutely fantastic. A gem, an absolute gem. Probably the best defender at Arsenal, in my opinion. That's how far I would go. Mohamed El Neni now. I know where I would put him, but I feel people may say different. Some people would say put him here. He's a good squad player. He runs around a lot. He works hard. I think I put him here. I would sell him for the right price. I'm not going to get carried away. I've seen 2 or 3 years of him not being good enough. He's had a good 3 or 4 games, but I don't forget what happened before. I don't think he's good enough. I just don't. The only thing is we wouldn't get a lot of money for him. We wouldn't. I think you'd be lucky to get 10 million for El Neni. I would still sell him. I think maybe until the end of the season, you leave him as a squad player. People were talking about new contract. Not a chance. The guy is overhyped if you're talking about new contract on the back of 5 games. If he has a good season, if I see it for 20, 30 games, then yeah, we'll move you there to squad player. But for me, I would still accept offers for him. If we're going to get back in that top 4, if we're going to eventually get where Liverpool are, I think we have to upgrade on players like Mohamed El Neni. David Luiz, this is a tricky one. I would put him here in squad player. Now, you might think, all right, I will get rid of him. He's going in the summer. He's out of contract. He will leave in the summer. I'm almost certain they won't renew that contract. We can't sell him. No one's going to buy him. He's 33. He's on 100 grand a week. I think after Gabriel, he's been our best defender, in my opinion, this season. I think he has been integral in Gabriel settling into the club. And I think he's a decent squad player. I honestly do. I think looking at all these other centre-backs, I think he's better than all of them, apart from Gabriel. He'll go in the summer for free. People saying sell ASAP. But what do you do if you sell him ASAP? Who are you going to play next to Gabriel? We'll discuss it further down the line. But for me, squad player who will leave on a free in the summer. No one's going to buy David Luiz at this stage. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He's up here. But listen, my bro, what he's been doing over the last 3 or 4 games is causing me pain to watch. I'm going to blame the manager as well. The left wing experiment is over. Let's stop it now. He's a striker. He scored 39 goals in a season at Dortmund. Play him through the middle. All right, his hold-up play and everything might not be outstanding, but we know he is the best player at Arsenal. For me, no doubt about it. I'll put maybe Partey close to him, but Aubameyang is top boy at Arsenal, playing back through the middle, show him love. I don't want to see the fans turn on him because I've seen a few fans getting on his case lately, and I think we need to go easy with Aubameyang. Put him up front. He's the best player at the club. We love him. He's the captain, but I want to see him scoring goals again. Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Oh, this is another tricky one. Ainsley, man. Where does he fit in here? 20 million bid rejected from Wolves in the summer. I would put him... I can't put him any higher than squad player. is he a good player? The consistency's not there yet. I think he's got talent. I still don't know what his best position is. I think when you don't know what a guy's best position is, it's very hard to call him top class or even. I feel like I'm doing him a disservice here. You could call him a good player. I have seen him play well. Tell me, what is his best position? What is his best position? Is he a right back? Is he a centre mid? I feel like I'm doing him dirty. I would like to put him here. I'm in two minds. Ainsley, man, he lacks consistency, though. That's the problem. But the guy's in the England squad. I'm going to leave him as a good player. I feel like, is he a wing back? Is he a right back? I think he's a, what's that old saying, jack of all trades, but master of none. The guy can play everywhere, but he's not amazing anywhere, if you know what I mean. He's a bit of a, I can play I'll put him as a good player. I think he's kind of lucky to be there as well. I think he's kind of lucky to be there. Because he has been a little bit shaky at times. Let me just get back into your comments. Let's see what you guys are saying. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I think that one would have caused a bit of controversy. Omar saying squad player. I think he's good. I think I've done him a good one, putting him as a good player. I think I've been very kind to him because I'm still not sure what is his best position. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a centre midfielder. Good squad player. So, yeah, he's kind of in between the two. I'm looking at it going, this guy's an England international. I've seen him have great games, that performance against Mahrez, FA Cup semi-final, the FA Cup final performance against Chelsea. But then I remember Liverpool at Anfield, left wing back. It's a tricky one. Big on my boy Broads TV. Go subscribe to my boy's channel. He said it's a bit tougher, to be honest. I know Broads knows Ainsley Maitland-Niles and his family, so I'm sure you'll defend the guy. But he's very frustrating. I definitely think he's got a lot of talent, but he is frustrating. As I said, jack of all trades, master of none. Sell Bellerin and Lacazette ASAP. Wow. Maitland-Niles could be a cam. He has the height and some speed. And Ainsley Maitland-Niles over Bellerin, says Ebby, and I agree with that. All day long I would play him right back. So let's get back to the squad. Let's have a look again at what we've got next. So the next one, Rob Holding, as everyone was calling him in the stream after Jack Grealish sent him at the stadium. He said, Rob, I need a drink. Go and get me a drink. And then he came back onto the pitch and he said, you know what? I'm a bit peckish as well. Go and get me a hot dog. And then he sent him for the dessert just to finish him off. Rob Holding, the guy's a young player. And this guy, he's going to need to take the trip to Turkey soon and get that hair replacement. Because Rob looks hella stressed right now, man. They were calling him Cannavaro. Not Cannavaro to me, mate. I got to be honest. Rob Holding for me is not good enough. He lacks consistency. He can't get anywhere near the England squad. He has 2 good games, then disappears the next game. I think Rob's here. I think Rob could be sold in January. If I was the manager, I think the Rob Holding experiment is over. I think it's a bit like his hairline. It's wearing thin, And I don't think Rob Holding is good enough. For me, I would let him go. I think if you could get 15 million, 10 million, I don't know. I would let him go. I don't rate Rob Holding. He's been at the club a while now, and I haven't seen a drastic improvement in his game. You offered me £15 million for him. I would let him go. And that's just my opinion. It could be over for Rob Holding. I feel like it could be sell for the right price, but what I've seen lately, I would sell him ASAP. I would let him go in January. Pablo Mari, an absolute strange signing. I'm going to put him in squad player. I haven't seen enough of him. It's that simple. The guy just seems like a strange signing to me. What I will say is he's very slow. He's very, very slow. He's hyped about in Brazil. They're saying he's a good player. He could be good. I don't think he's anything more than a squad player for me. Pablo Mari, I suppose we'll judge that moving forward. Gabriel Martinelli. Again, This guy, for me, will go to the top. He will go to the top. I think he is going to be an absolute superstar. He will be a Brazilian international. He will be an Arsenal number 9, in my opinion. Gabriel Martinelli, I'm putting him as top class. I'm not even calling him good player. I think he is, in my opinion, a superstar. I think he is going to be just a great player. I think he'll be a Brazilian international. I know he hasn't proved it yet. So you may look and go, how can you put Martinelli at the top and Leno as a good player? I think this guy is he's one of them players I just watch and I say, you've got everything. You press, you've got a good touch, you can score, you hassle defenders, you're aggressive, you can handle the Premier League physically. This boy is going to the top. The only thing that can stop him, number one, has the injury hurt him badly? He's been out for, 6 months with this knee injury? That could hold him back. Number two, Mikel Arteta wasn't playing him on a regular basis. He hasn't necessarily proved over a long period of time that he's top class, but in terms of talent and ability, this guy is fantastic. So some of you may disagree with that one. Let me know in the comments, as I always say, let me know. Gabriel Martinelli, for me, is a top class player, one of the best attacking players at the club. Shkodran Mustafi, wow, probably the easiest decision so far. I should have maybe made a category even lower and just said, just take him for free. Just have him. Just walk in Arsenal, put your arm around him and just walk him out of the club. Just walk him out. Just put him in your car and drive him off. This guy actually turned down a contract offer from Mikel Arteta. Unbelievable. That really does embarrass Arsenal Football Club. Why did we even try and get this guy to stay at the club any longer? He's been an absolute disaster. I heard that Arsene Wenger wanted Kostas Manolas, who was at Roma at the time, and the club rejected that theory to get Shkodran Mustafi. This guy has been absolutely awful. £35 million, one of the worst defenders we've ever bought when you look at the transfer fee. The sooner he goes, the better. People saying they'll drive him to the airport. Listen, I would drive him as well. I'll put money in for the taxi and the plane. Nothing more to say. The guy is awful. Reiss Nelson hasn't improved the way we all expected. I'd put him in squad player for now. Would I sell him? Maybe not. I don't know if Reiss Nelson's had the game time. Maybe I should have made another category and said loan. Maybe he needs a loan move. Maybe Reiss needs a loan move. I thought Mikel Arteta would really enjoy Reiss Nelson and try and coach him, make him an even better player. I just haven't seen anything. He's had a couple of good Europa League games. I do think there's a talent there, but he has to develop. Is he going to develop at Arsenal in the Europa League, or do we need to move him on loan to get experience? It's an important season for Reiss Nelson moving forward. Eddie Nketiah. Some people compared him to Ian Wright. Someone in the chat, forgive me, I forget who it was. They said he's more like Ian Wrong than Ian Wright. And I love that shout. Eddie, for me, I don't know where I'm at with Eddie. I got to be honest. I'm somewhere between these two. Part of me said he's a young striker who plays for England at under 21s and maybe he can improve. Part of me says I just don't rate the guy. I don't see in Eddie what is good enough to say I want him at the club moving forward. What I will say, you could possibly loan him. So again, do you know what? I'm going to say it like this. Ryan Brewster went for 25 million to Sheffield United. He, I don't think, has done as much as Eddie Nketiah. You offer me 20 to 25 million for Eddie Nketiah, I'm selling him for the right price. I don't rate him. I don't want to make the mistake of selling him and he turns into a star, but I just don't see it in him. Honestly, for me, football is off the eye. Go off what you see. Every time I've watched Eddie play on TV or live at a game, I just don't see it. I don't see it, honestly. Maybe he should go on loan. Again, I haven't put that category. Maybe he needs to be loaned out and given the chance to develop. But Eddie, for me, sell for the right price. You offer me 20 million, 25 million, I'm letting him go. Mesut Ozil. It's crazy because when he signed for the club, you would have put him right up here. Top class, superstar, generational talent. He kind of slipped to a good player. You would have then said, he's a good player. Still a good player. You've then probably said, squad player. Keep him around. Bring him on for 20 minutes. Play him in the odd game. You would then have probably said in the summer, sell him for the right price. Now you're probably saying, just take him off our hands. Just take him. You don't even have to pay a transfer fee for him. He's caused more problems than he's worth over the past few years. This is nothing to do with ability. You're talking about ability. He's better than all of these players here in terms of natural talent. He would go straight up here with these three. But when you look at the situation, 350k a week, hasn't really done anything for a few years. That story has to be ended. The story is over. You know, I've put sell ASAP. I should have done another category. Give him away. These three, well, Holding, I would ask for a transfer fee. But Mustafi and Ozil, you've just got to get them out the door. You know, Mesut Ozil probably should have been a squad player this season. But as I say, someone said recycling bin. That one is over. Dani Ceballos. He's somewhere between here and here for me. At times, I think he's a good player. He's probably the midfielder in our team who passes the ball better than anyone. But I would say he's nothing more than a squad player at the moment, Dani Ceballos. No real consistency at the club. He finished the season well last year on loan from Real Madrid. But no, Danny, for me, at the moment, the lack of consistency, I can't put him in the top class. I can't put him in the good player. I don't think he's anything more than a squad player. I don't see Arsenal buying him on a permanent in the summer unless Madrid say, just take him for cheap. It's harsh because I like Dani Ceballos. You know, I'm almost tempted to put him there, but this season he can't even get in the team on a regular basis. But then when I'm thinking about it, putting Dani Ceballos here and Ainsley here, it's difficult. It's difficult. I'm kind of tempted to move Ainsley here to squad player because I'm sort of thinking, I don't think he's done enough at the club. I mean, I would say he's below Leonard when I think about it. Dani Ceballos is making me look at Ainsley as maybe I've put you too high up. I'm going to move him. I've done it. I've gone back on my word. I think if we'd have sold him to Wolves for 20 million in the summer, I don't think the Arsenal fans would have complained that much. I don't think they would. So I'm going back on my word. Ainsley, I'm sorry. We need more consistency. You're a squad player right now. We can play you anywhere. But the reality is we still don't know if he's the answer. Thomas Partey. This is a no-brainer. I'm even gonna move him here. I even want to move where he goes in this category because for me he's here. Right there next to Oba. You're a beast. You're a tank. You're the player we've needed since Gilberto Silva, since Patrick Vieira. All I want to make sure that happens, don't pollute him with players like this. And like, Granit Xhaka's somewhere around here. You know, you can have a clean ocean, a lovely clean river. But if you chuck some dirty water in there, it pollutes the whole water. Yeah. It only takes a little bit of dirt to pollute that whole river. He is like a clean, brilliant river right now. And I just don't want us to pollute him with the rubbish around him, you know? Let's keep him up there. Let's not make these men drag you down. Because that's what happened to Mesut Ozil to a certain extent. He turned up here and he got dragged down here by a lot of rubbish, even though some of it was his fault. Wow. Nicolas Pepe. Where do I put this guy? He should be up here. This is where he should have got himself, right? He should be up here. There's no reason. Partly his fault, partly the manager's fault. The manager's using him here as a squad player. I'm going to let him off, right? A lot of you guys are going to probably argue with this. I'm going to put him here. I'm not writing him off yet. I still think Nicolas Pepe is a good player. If we reach the end of the season and he hasn't done anything, we got to look at this. Sell for the right price. We paid 72 million. We're not selling him ASAP, let's be honest. He's been at the club a year, just over a year. He needs an opportunity. I believe he hasn't started 5 games in a row. He's got to be classed as higher than sell ASAP. Sell for the right price. I think you got to wait. Squad player, I just feel he's better than that. I'm going to do him the service of putting him as a good player. I've let you off. You've got 6 months to prove yourself, Pepe. We know you've got the talent. Have you got that instinct that the best wingers in the Premier League have got? They rip teams to shreds. When you play against Salah, Mane, Sterling, they will rip you apart, mate. You got to be stronger than that. So let's make sure that Pepe develops. I would like to see Pepe even move into top class. Alex Renarson, I think it's an easy one. He's a squad player, nothing more. This is probably the simplest decision out of all of them. I'm still not too sure why they bought him. In terms of, they don't seem to trust him because even in the Europa League, they're playing Leno. But I'll give him squad player. This guy, oh my days. Brown Envelopes, FC. Cedric Suarez, 4-year contract. A guy who could not get a deal at Southampton. Southampton at right back. I got to look at the camera. This guy could not get a deal at Southampton. They were willing to let him go for free. We gave him 4 years. Brown Envelopes. Raul Sanelli. Sell him ASAP. The guy is not good enough. I don't understand why we bought him. We took him on loan for 6 months. He was injured near enough the whole time, and we gave him 4 years. That deal stinks. That deal needs investigating. That deal needs a full investigation. I need to know who said he was getting 4 years. Who said that? Who said give Cedric Suarez, 28 years of age, a 4-year contract? Sell him ASAP. Send him back to Southampton. Get rid of him. They don't even trust him to play. So I don't get it. Said Kolasinac, again, I should have made another category. Just take him. Just take him. Do whatever you want. Just get rid of him. Get him out. Make him a security guard. Make him the driver. Drive the players on the team bus. Anyone starts any problems, fisticuffs. Kolasinac. Said Kolasinac, Security Services International. Arsenal Security Services. Head coach. Said Kolasinac. If you're in trouble, call Said. He's the man. He's the man. The Bodyguard. Whitney Houston. What a film that was. Kevin Costner. Kolasinac. In fact, I got to put Kolasinac next to Mesut Ozil, just in case, anyone causes any trouble. We need to make sure he's protected. Listen, anybody out there who believes they want to be a footballer at semi-pro, at conference, at League 2, League 1, Premier League, just look at this guy's picture, right? Look at it. Just look at him. He is on £100,000 a week at Arsenal. If he can get 100 grand a week, you've all got a chance if you work hard, because this guy is dreadful. He is one of the worst left. He's in that bracket for me. I put him in that bracket with like Andre Santos, Scalacci, and Pascal Saigon. He is awful. If you're out there, you're trying to make it as a footballer, this guy's on 100 grand a week in the Premier League. It's possible if you work hard enough and you get a little bit of luck. Keep going. You never know. Surely you can make £1,000 a week if he can make 100,000. Oh dear, what a player. What a player. Kolasinac. That guy has brought me some laughs. I tell you that much watching him play. The guy is an animal. Let's go back to your comments for a little bit. See what you guys are saying. Man are saying Banter Club. Banter Club, some crazy players when you look at it. Makes me remember that, this he's got a tough job on his hands, the manager. Highest paid bouncer in the world. Oh, my days. Most bouncers get what? 10, 15 pound an hour. This guy gets what? 10 grand, 15 grand a day, Awful footballer, man. Awful. 5 so far on Curtis Airlines. Don't worry, man. That plane's going to be full by the end of this. Plane's going to be full, man. Very good head on those shoulders, Curtis. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate that, Kingsley, man. Ainsley Maitland-Niles gets into the England squad. I have a chance. Sorry, LG92. I know you are not Ainsley Maitland-Niles fan, are you at all, man? he can't stand him. Man says David Luiz, sell him. Bro, who's going to buy him? 100 grand a week, 6 months left on his deal. You ain't getting no money for him. Let him run down the contract and we move, man. Let's see what else she's saying. Kolasinac is awful and simply not good enough. He's terrible. He is absolutely awful. Paella Pulis, man, are calling him. Oh, mate. Harsh. Harsh. Let's get back to it. Let's fill up the airlines, man. Let's fill it up. The plane does not leave until it is full. And there are plenty of candidates to go on this plane. Let's go. Saka. Absolute baller. This kid, again, for me, he's going right to the top. I'm sorry, I don't mean to overhype him. Man of the match for England. Next to Martinelli, the best youngster at the club for me. The kid's got everything. He's got temperament. He can play left. He can play cam. He can play left back. He's top class. I think most Premier League clubs, if he was available, would make a move for him. He's a teenager. The guy, the maturity of him. By right, Martinelli and Saka could be a good player. But I think they're the best two youngsters at the club, along with Gabriel, who's a little older. I'm putting them in top class. Brilliant player. Callum Chambers. I'm afraid, Callum, there's a seat on the plane for you. Curtis Shaw Airlines. I'm flying you out of there. You're gone. You're gone for me. I'm flying him out of the club. I don't think he's good enough. He's been relegated twice on loan. He's versatile. He's had a bad injury. What's he done really at Arsenal since he's been there? I don't think he's done anything since he's been at the club. And, I would let him go. If you offer me 12 million for him in January, I would take it. Callum Chambers. William Saliba. I mean, Mikel Arteta doesn't rate him. I'm putting him here. I think the lad's a good player. I think he should be in the first team, to be honest. I do not understand how this guy gets in the team ahead of him and this guy. Boldin and the clown Mustafi get in the Arsenal team ahead of him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just don't get it. He'll probably get loaned out in January. For some reason, Arteta doesn't rate him at all. I don't understand it. And I hope we end up playing him. I hope even if, it becomes injuries and he has to play, William Saliba, for me, is a good player. Emile Smith-Rowe, this guy's a young talent. I thought he would get a chance this year. I've got to call him a squad player. I wanted to see him get game time, especially in the Europa League. Again, it looks like he will join Saliba in getting loaned out in January. They just don't rate him. I don't know why. It's a strange one. He went on loan. He had a good loan at Huddersfield, and the club don't want to play him. I think he'll be loaned out. Socrates Papasfopoulos, one of the 3 players allegedly who turned down the pay cut. They said it was Socrates, Ozil, and Martinelli. He's got no future at the club. He's done out here. Sell for the right price? I don't think so, bro. You're on the plane as well. Sell ASAP. He's not good enough. We bought him when Dortmund wanted to get him off the books, and we paid like 15 million for him. He's been a flop. He was all right the first year under Emery, to be fair. Kieran Tierney. I like this guy. I would call him a good player. I think if he plays at left back, gets a chance to prove himself, I think he can move up to here. All 4 of these can move up to here. But playing him left centre back, we're not seeing the best of him. Let's be honest. So I think a very good player who can become top class. Willian. I got to be honest, bro. When they signed him, I thought number 10 role, quite sharp. I still think he can do a job in there, if I'm honest. But at this current moment, and I can only judge you off what I've seen for Arsenal Football Club, sell him ASAP. Give me them wages back. You know, like when you buy a T-shirt from a shop and you're in a rush, you haven't got time to try it on. But it's your size, you're a medium or a large. You know that it's your fit. Yeah, all the time I'm a medium. I'm just going to buy it. And you get it home and you go, raw, what's up with this, man? This don't even fit. And you're scrambling around, you go, yo, where's the receipt? I need to take it back. Find the receipt, take him back to Stamford Bridge and get your money back. In fact, we got him on a free transfer. And you know what? Even on a free, Willian might have been too expensive. Simple as that. I think they bumped us, man. They knew what they was doing. I feel like they did it on purpose. Like, oh, yeah, we're offering Willian a 2-year contract, but he doesn't want to take it because he wants 3 years, you know, wink, wink. You know, they hooked him up and then Arsenal went, oh, you know, we want him. We'll give him 3 years. You know, he won't accept 2 years. We'll give him 3 years. We gave Willian a 3-year contract. If we signed Willian for a year, I would have said, cool, 1 year, good player. If it doesn't work out, you let him go next summer. 3 years. If he's this bad at Arsenal at 32, what's he going to look like at 35 in 3 years? Absolutely. At this moment, that deal is horrendous. All we're doing at the moment is like Chelsea are taking their bin out on Friday. The bin's full. Take the bin out, mate. The bin's full of rubbish. And Arsenal are going in the bin and seeing what scraps they can find. Oh, look, there's Peter Cech. We'll have Peter Cech. We'll have Willian, you know, taking Chelsea's scraps. How about we go to Chelsea and say, N'Golo Kante, you know, doesn't look like he's enjoying himself at Chelsea. But we still think he's a great player. We want to buy him off you. We want to buy N'Golo Kante. Ross Barkley is a good player who was at Chelsea. We think we can turn him into a decent player. We'll take him. You know, someone along those lines where they're very talented, they can still improve. But no, we're turning up, signing Willian, signing Peter Cech. Are Chelsea coming to Arsenal saying, we'll take Socrates or we'll take Mustafi? No, they're not. Crazy. Willian, we've been robbed. They've robbed us. They've absolutely done us. If the Peter Cech one wasn't bad enough, the Willian one is the icing on the cake. Joe Willock, squaddy. Someone said in the comments earlier, man, he's a squaddy for me. I think he's got a chance to develop because he's the only midfielder in this entire team who actually tries to get forward and score goals. So he does have an opportunity to move himself, I would say at least up to there. But for now, he's nothing more than a squad player for me. A little bit inconsistent. He's very quick on the ball, but his decision-making is very frustrating. And last, but by all means least, Granit Xhaka. Mr. Tell the fans to, you know, F off. You know what he did. Where do you put this guy? I'm done with him, to be honest. I'm done with him. In fact, you know what? I was going to be kind and put him there. He goes there for me. Granit Xhaka. We were speaking about N'Golo Kante. We signed this man. Look at this face. We signed Granit Xhaka ahead of N'Golo Kante. N'Golo Kante agreed personal terms with Arsenal. Chelsea came in and offered him the same. We weren't willing to pay the agent fee to his agent to get the deal done. He went to Chelsea and won the Premier League the following season, while we got stuck with this guy telling our fans to, you know the rest. And Arteta begged him to stay in January. That's where we're at. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players that I would sell in January. And another 4 that I would sell possibly in January as well, but definitely at the end of the season. That is 13 of the current squad that I would get rid of in the next 2 windows. I've then kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squad players. Of course, David Luiz out of contract. Danny Ceballos loan could be up. So in reality, there's only 9 players that I would really work around in this squad. This top 5, Aubameyang, Partey, Gabriel, Martinelli, and Saka. And then 4 good players: Leno, Pepe, Saliba, Kieran Tierney. The rest, nothing special. I think that shows you the job that Mikel Arteta's got. I think that whole bottom row, most of you will agree with them. I think most of you, Holding, Mustafi, Ozil, Kolasinac, Cedric, Chambers, Socrates, Willian, Granit Xhaka. I think most of you would let them go. Eddie, El Neni, Bellerin and Lacazette, I think most of you would sell them for the right price. As you can see, that is not a particularly great squad. So, Arteta, you got a job on your hands, bro. You got a job on your hands to get in the top 4. And that just shows you the lack of quality in our squad. Thanks for all tuning in. I'm going to come back to your comments. We'll read through some comments before I get out of here. Thank you for watching that and being patient. I know it's a bit of a long one. Let's get back to your comments. Tell me what you guys think about the squad. If you agree with my decisions, some crazy ones there. Looking at that, we really do have a poor squad. A very, very poor squad. And it just shows how much work that we need to do in the transfer window. Hey, broads. Man said Curtis Airlines went from Liat to 747. If you know about Liats, you know, man. Little Caribbean planes, man. Them planes that just hover above the water, man. It feels like you're on a bus. Yeah, it was a little small plane, man. I had to get the jumbo jet out and get rid of half of these, man. You know what I mean? Big up, Curtis. This video is starting to depress me. Apologies, man. It's just you're seeing the squad. And you're seeing that there's a lot of man we need to get rid of. Squad is terrible. Big up, Big C. Love your new video format. Sorry, mate, for not following you live lately. No worries, man. Better late than never. Even if you watch it after the live stream, it's no worries, man. Come on, where the like it. Oh, hit the likes if watching. Yeah, man. Hit that like button, people. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already as well. Nearly 500 of you tuned in at the moment. Curtis, who is the worst player in our squad? Why? Worst player in our squad? I think you got to go Kolasinac, you know. I got to be honest. I think he's the worst. Yeah, I would say so. Let's see what he's saying. You are thinking in the players you like, not the ones we can get profit to rebuild. I don't think so, you know. I try not to get caught in emotions of players. I said that a long time ago, man. I have no emotional attachment to players at Arsenal. You know, when Henry left, all them guys left, I said, nah, no emotions, man. Just they're here and then they go. Yeah, the new format is lit. Hey, big up, bros, man. Thank you, bro. Trying, man. Trying out here. Curtis, it's safe to say you wouldn't keep many. Nah, man, I wouldn't. I would not. Most of them guys could go. Ozil the worst. Which ones did you agree with and not agree with? Willian and Holding misplaced for real. Man is saying Kolasinac is the worst player in the entire squad. 100 grand a week. Unbelievable. What is going on with William Saliba? It's crazy. That guy is an absolute baller. I've seen him play in the French league. He's quick. I would rather a young player was making mistakes than, you know, Mustafi who wants to leave, man. What's the point? Smash like and subscribe. Big up my boy Broads TV. Go and subscribe to his channel as well. Content on there, FIFA content and all sorts, man. As a business graduate, Curtis is spot on. Not really have player to profit from. There's not many, man. There's not many. Even them players that I'm saying to sell, you'll be lucky to get much money for them. Curtis, can you name your best top 3 players Arsenal take players out of it? What, are you asking me for my best 3 players at Arsenal now? I'd probably say Aubameyang, Partey, and probably Gabriel. The 3 best players for me at Arsenal. Big up, Curtis, bro. What position do you think we should next invest in? Direct player to be replaced. I think we need another centre-back in the summer. You got to put somebody next to Gabriel to allow him to become that top player. You know, I've seen it before. Great centre-backs. You put them next to someone garbage and you drag them down. So you got to make sure we get quality. I think, you know, a lot of teams want Upamecano now. I think he could have been good. We're being linked even with Konate now, the guy who plays next to him. I believe he's got a 45 million release clause. DT once said Kolasinac can't even cross the road. Yeah, he's terrible, man. Who should we sign in January, bro? I said a few suggestions yesterday, actually. I was saying I don't think Arsenal will spend big in January. I think maybe one or two. I would look at Szoboszlai. I think he's a very good player. 25 million release clause. I would look at Isco. I think Isco could be available on loan. I would love to get Wilfried Zaha as well. Again, I still think he's a top player. Obviously, we would look at that again, but I don't think that one's going to happen. So we'll have to see. He meant top 3 players, not including Arsenal players. What, in the Premier League? Top 3 players in the Prem? Top 3 players in the Prem, not including Arsenal. I would say Sadio Mane. I think he's brilliant. One of the best wingers. Top 3 players in the Prem. I'll go Kevin De Bruyne, best midfielder in the league. Third one would probably be... it's a tricky one. I've always been a big fan of Sergio Aguero. Probably not at the level he was now, so... Who would I'll still go for him. So I'll go Mane, De Bruyne, and Aguero. The only thing I want is Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Arteta away from the Arsenal squad. LG hates Ainsley Maitland-Niles, you know. Billy said, can I tell you my sell Arsenal team? Get them in, man. Get them in. Tell me who you would sell. Oh, so you're asking me now, what, of all time? So you're asking, so now you're asking me my 3 all-time players in the Premier League outside of Arsenal. That is tough. 3 players in the Premier League outside of Arsenal. One of them's got to be Cristiano Ronaldo. Unbelievable player. Number 2 would probably be. That is a tough one. That is a really tough one. I'd probably still put Aguero in there. One of the best strikers I've ever seen in the Prem for me. Do you know what? No, I'll change him. I'll go Luis Suarez. I got to be honest. Suarez was a magician. He's one of the best strikers I've probably ever seen in the Prem. So I'll go Ronaldo, Suarez, and that is a tough one. Third player outside of. I'll go for Cantona. He was a genius, honestly. He was one of them players I just felt like he just changed games by himself. I'll go for them 3. Luis Suarez at his best at Liverpool. Oh, someone said Drogba, and I wasn't thinking about the Drog, but I'm going to go for them 3. Arsenal should break the bank for Ben White. He's doing well. Is he at Brighton? Yeah, Bale 2013 was serious, man. Drogba. You know what? It was hard to... You know what? Drogba could have got in there, possibly. Drogba was phenomenal. Yeah, he said non-Arsenal. My 3 best non-Arsenal players of all time in the Prem. I think I'll go with that. I think I will go with that. I think Ronaldo is unquestionable. And then I think, Ronaldo, Suarez, and Cantona. Yeah, I'll go with them 3. Definitely. Cantona, from when you're fly kicking fans, it goes way beyond football, as someone just said. The guy is unbelievable. Drogba was a clutch player. You're right, man. He would have been close. Ruud van Nistelrooy. Yeah, he was an amazing goal scorer. Gotta be honest. He was good. Letitia, what a shout that is. Great player. Ball from Chelsea. Nah, he wasn't that good, man. Shearer, to me, Shearer was an elite goal scorer. I think there's been better strikers than him. As crazy as that sounds. Strikers are there to score goals, but nah, I wouldn't put Shearer in there, man. Paul Scholes. Scholes a magician. The ginger genius, they call him. What a player. Smash the likes. Big up Big C. Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you very much. Zola, Gerard, and Letitia. Definitely good. Zola was a player as well, man. Shearer just a stat player. He was just an elite goal scorer, man. He scores goals for fun. Man saying Jamie Vardy. Nah, Vardy was sick, but I can't put him up there on them levels. De Bruyne is my personal favourite attacking midfielder. Wow. De Bruyne was serious. Someone just said there, and I agree with this, he would have been close, is prime Yaya Toure. That guy was absolutely unplayable. You just couldn't deal with him. He was too big, too strong. He was just ridiculous. Andy Cole, Dwight York, 98.99. Curtis, love your content. You always read out my comment. I would like to make a donation, but YouTube from my region won't let me. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry. Your comments and your support is appreciated enough. Cole and York, man. Have to admit, that was a partnership that growing up as a young striker, I had a lot of time for that partnership. Obviously, I didn't like them doing well against Arsenal, but as a neutral, they was serious, man. They were proper. Cole and York, the link up was mad. Okocha, geez, JJ Okocha, so good they named him twice. They used to say. I remember when he flicked the ball over, was it Ray Parler's head? He did the rainbow flick over Ray Parler's head and got the ball on the other side as well, man. Unbelievable. I see someone saying Messi there, Messi, it's possible. I think Messi could come to Manchester City in the summer. He hasn't extended that contract. I do think it's possible that they get him. I would love to see him in the Prem. Oh, Michael Essien, what a player. That guy was an animal. What an engine he had, man. Harry Kewell at Leeds, man. What a player. Leeds had a great team in them days. Harry Kewell, Mark Viduka, Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank, Rio Ferdinand. What a great team Leeds had, man. Curtis, can you do England-Belgium watch-along? I'm not sure I will be. I'm not sure. I will let you know shortly, but I'm not sure. David Ginola, he was a player, man, at Newcastle. Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez, bruv, that front three, man. I got to be honest. That was crazy, man. You couldn't deal with that. They were mad. Thomas Lamar in place of Willian. Thomas Lamar. Tony Yeboah, crossbar and in volleys. He was famous for him. Leeds United. If you know about Yeboah, you're old school because he is an old school footballer, man. Robin at Chelsea was serious, man. Rooney, prime Rooney, when Rooney first went to United and he was that fearless teenager, he was phenomenal. Ryan Giggsy was good, very good. Big up Big C, love your content. Do you think Aubameyang signed a new contract to play left wing and Arteta should have never got the Arsenal job, in my opinion, my G? I don't know, it's crazy because a lot of people say, does Aubameyang want to play left wing? He just doesn't look happy there now. In terms of Arteta, my thoughts. I wouldn't have given him the job, but what can we do, man? We got to support him, I suppose. Michael Owen, prime Owen, young days at Liverpool. He was lethal. So much pace. Young Owen was a phenomenon. You're right. Fernando Torres, geez, him and Gerard, the link up was mad. Trevor Sinclair, the bicycle kick for QPR. Beckham, free kick master, man. I think everyone as a kid tried to hit a free kick like Beckham. That extra whip. Just rolled his ankle after he hit it. Beckham was mad, man. The goal against Greece. Absolutely one of the best moments watching England. That was unbelievable. Robinho, what a player. Didn't really rip up the Premier League, but as usual, rips up Arsenal, just one-on-one and just scoops it over Almunia's head. Robinho was so skillful. Prime Giggs or Prime Cantona? Easy, mate. Prime Cantona. Fowler always smashed us. Robbie Fowler was honestly one of my favourite strikers growing up. Left-footed, amazing player. You say Darren Bent, Darren Bent had a good goal record. He scored a lot of goals, to be honest. He was good, man. Rio Ferdinand. You know what? Rio Ferdinand, for me, I would still say is the best centre-back I've seen in the Premier League. I think Van Dijk is capable of pushing him, maybe overtaking him. But Ferdinand was immense. Curtis, what's your thoughts on Cisse, Newcastle and Ivanovic, Chelsea? Cisse had that hot streak where everything he hit just went in. Then he kind of dried up. Ivanovic was solid, man. He was a tough right back. Oh, Dimitri Payet was mad. I always wanted Arsenal to sign him from West Ham. He was amazing. Tevez was a machine. Tevez a born animal, mate. Nothing but animal instincts. Billy, put it in again. Sorry, I missed it. Put it in again. Let's have a look. How do we terminate Willian's contract? You got to pay the man a lot of money. Steve McManaman. I mean, that guy, not many players from England go to Real Madrid, win Champions Leagues, playing as well on a regular. Overmars was a guaranteed yellow card for the Ops right back. Mark Overmars, what a player. Baller. West Ham Mascherano, yeah, man. I couldn't believe it when him and Tevez went there. Big up Maxwell, he says, Alan Shearer, goal machine. Shearer just scored goals for fun, man. For absolute fun. Joe Cole, oh, what a player. Should have been the new Gascoigne. They just stuck him left wing. He was a great player. Mahrez at Leicester, special player, man. We should have signed him. Prime Terry or Van Dijk? Ooh, it's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. I think Van Dijk will go above Terry. I still think John Terry, at this moment, you got to put him above him for the longevity, man. He did it for a long time. Stephen Ireland, the Barled, Man City. Yeah, he used to always pop up with a crucial goal, though, man. Eden Hazard, yeah, he was special at Chelsea, man. Tim Cahill. He used to run to the corner flag, do the boxing celebration. Again, he's another man who used to score a vital goal. Jurgen Klinsmann used to slide off when he scored. Tino Asprilla, used to do the cartwheel then, for Newcastle. Tino. If you know, another old school player as well. You've seen the Mustafi to Barcelona links. That's got to be just paper talk, man. If they sign him, oh my days. They obviously haven't seen him play for a few years. Overmars made me a real Arsenal fan. He was electric on that left wing. Schmeichel the Peter the Schmeichel. One of the best goalkeepers to ever play in the Prem, no doubt about it. Vidic or Van Dijk. Vidic was an absolute animal. I got to admit, I love Van Dijk though. I think he'll go beyond him. Ashley Young at Villa just used to cut inside and whip it in that top corner all the time. Bro, some of the names you man are coming out with, this is like Muzzy, is it? The man know about Muzzy, is it? The Turkish centre mid for Leicester. Filbert Street. Them days, Leicester were horrible to play against. Robbie Savage and Muzzy, is it? Centre mid. Emil Heskey up front. Georgie King Cladze, the Georgian magician. Baller. Morton Gamps Pedersen. I actually met him in Iron Apple. Left foot Blackburn. He scored bangers for Mark Hughes. Thomas Gravison, the bold-head beast for Everton. Got the move to Real Madrid. Paulo Wanchop, geez, the Costa Rican Don. Derby County was that. Two guy as well, yeah. Blackburn, that was a good little team, man. Tevez, the headless chicken, he was amazing, though. I love Tevez. Janino for Middlesbrough. Janino and Ravanelli, man. I used to do the Ravanelli celebration. Shirt over your head, man. Big up for the super chat. He says, big up to you, Curtis. Thank you. Hey, thank you, guys, man. As I say, you guys make this channel what it is. Emil Heskey, Leicester days was balling. Duncan Ferguson, my hero. Listen, he just lived. He made a whole career out of doing that. Just elbowing centre-backs in the face. He must have broken some cheekbones, man. I'm telling you. Dion Dublin, yeah, man. Barled, Leicester. No, not Leicester, Coventry. Dion Dublin, Aston Villa. He's another man who just elbowed people as well. James Beattie, yeah, that man got in the England squad and all sorts. Vinnie Jones, beast mode, crazy gang. Sean Goater, man, feed the goat and he will score. Crouchy's a bit of a Premier League don, isn't he, man? Defoe, what a great goal scorer Defoe is, man. And Zogbia, actually, I remember he got done for sending somebody to do his driving test. I think he failed his theory test a couple of times and he sent someone else to do it. He got caught. These man here. Carnu, legend at Arsenal. Wanyama at Celtic, he was good there. Frimpong, dench mode Frimpong. Hernan Crespo, baller, legend. Ben Arthur at Newcastle should have been a top player. Kevin Phillips, Kevin Phillips and Niall Quinn, Sunderland days. His Niall Quinn flick on Kevin Phillips volley. He was a great striker, them Prem days, man. Yes, Terry London. Big up, Curtis. Good evening. Oh, I love that bruised banana kit, man. Yeah, as he said, man. Kevin Phillips, what a baller. Jermaine Pennant, yeah, I knew him growing up. Nottingham boy as well. Lee Sharp, left foot, Man United. Nico Cranchaw, you know, thing is favourite. Harry Redknapp. Prime Van der Sar or Schmeichel. Got to be Schmeichel for me. This is memory lane. Sean Wright Phillips, yeah, the Man City days, man. What a player. Yeah, Jermaine Pennant. Ravel Morrison, incredible talent. One of the best natural talents. Just didn't happen for him. Mario Balotelli, man. Why always me? One of the best celebrations ever. Di Canio, legend. The man pushed over a referee, man. You're a legend in my eyes. Ballack, baller. He was a baller. John Carew, he was a beast as well, man. Who did he play for? Aston Villa. What a player. Animal to play against. Lauren Robert. Woo, that left foot was sweet, man. Sweet left foot. Bobby Perez, man. Vavavoom. Curtis Shaw, what a player. What a player. Anderson, yeah, the long plaits, man. I thought he was going to be a top baller. Torres was king for real. For a year or two, the guy was just phenomenal. Primac Bonlahor, I remember they used to call him the young Thierry Henry, you know? It's crazy. He was that quick. Yakubu, feed the yak. Man was, you know, always just bagging goals in. I said Curtis Shaw at AFT VFC. Jeez. Watkins or Lacko. Yo, you got to keep it 100. I think right now people would say Ollie Watkins, man. Prime Louise. Louise was balling, man, in his day. You can't knock him. Hey, man. Hey, don't, man. Listen, the partnership, we're like the Cole and York of AFTV. In fact, we should do Arsenal still. Burkamp and Henry, you know. Big up my bro, man. Gareth Barry, he was balling back in the day at Villa still. Man City, them days. The Don Robbie, man. Check the Dub Kim picture, man. Hey, Pepe, you know. I'm sure that guy won the title at Man United. Hardly played a game. Watkins all day long. Yeah, there you go. Van Nistelrooy was class. Absolute baller. I couldn't stand him. Couldn't stand him, but he was a baller. Dietmar Hamann. Didi Hamann. Ji-Sung Park, yeah, he was one of them horrible players, man. Just used to always play in the big games. Van der Vaart, he was a good player. I was gutted when he went to top. Steed Malbronk, Fulham days, man. Another one. Popped up with goals. Curtis, did you have a song? I think there was a little song, you know. Let me try and find that out, you know. I had a little song at Mansfield. Eduardo, man, the injury done him, didn't it? He could have been a top player. Eduardo, Nani, yeah, you know, they said he had more talent than Ronaldo, naturally, but hard work, it can all change. Chicharito, man, he was a good little player as well. Martin Skirtle and Ricky Lambert, them Premier League OGs, you know. Berbatov, yeah, that touch like magic, man. His first touch was unbelievable. Approximately 40 goals between us and less than 20 games. Hey, listen, I'm going to finish on that note. It's been good. I've been on for over an hour. I was only meant to come on for half an hour. Big up all you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button. Get your comments in afterwards as well. Let me know what you think about the squad and who I've decided to, you know, try and keep. And let me know who we should sign going forward. I will be back again tomorrow with another live stream. I'm not sure I'll do the England game, but I will be back. Thank you very much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe and take care, everyone. Bless.